Hello everybody, how's it going tonight? Welcome. I know we usually we had been starting on that just chatting screen to do the little bit of Q&A. We will be doing that, but things got started off early tonight. I actually had to send this guy a message. I don't know if he even got it and was just waiting the 20 minutes, but this guy actually started stacking these comms here like 20 minutes ago. So I came on and brought mine over and sent him a message. They're saying like, hey, give me 20 minutes and yeah, we'll do this. So that time has come and I figured, yeah, that'd be an interesting thing to start the stream off with. So what do you say, everybody? Why don't we fight an elf? We've got Tyler Curves, Daily Fresh, Roman Heights, Syntax FP, hello. King Dead in the stream, and Anxious Rhino, how's it going? This countdown kills me every time. You like that, eh, Daily Fresh? As I've said before, it just gives me a little bit of time to remember all the stuff I forgot and make sure I get all that done. You know, get all the lights turned on, get the mic working, take a pee, all that fun jazz. Get my water. So I like to have it set up that way so that I can get all that done, sit down, be like, okay, everything's actually done. Click the button. As you've seen, sometimes that still doesn't even work, and I hit the button and then I'm like, ah, crap, forgot stuff. But not the case tonight. I got the batteries changed in the lights, got all the lights on, all the audio's working. King, I'm pretty sure if you host me or raid me or anything like that, I don't think you're gonna deafen anybody. I don't think anything will deafen anybody. I went and turned the volume down to 14% on all the notifications. So you might not even hear them tonight, but I figured try going the other way with it and then start incrementally increasing. So anyway, who should we start? I should probably start this off with start it off with Theo before unknown user comes in and bans him on me. Although he will see that I took his advice and increased the cost on banning an in-game action. See who gets the last laugh there. But anyway, we've got Theo, Arwen, Aragorn, Galadriel, Eowyn, Legolas, all ready to go. Who should we send first? Tyler Curves, you have a new favorite evil T1 commander. Do share. And Syntax FP, server 190 Rune. Oh, you're sharing your servers. Yes. More active on my Rohan server, though, since I'm leading the faction there. Hit him with Theo, then throw them all and watch them. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's a good plan, Roman. Let's do it. He's going to take 20 seconds. He's just going to rush in and be like, rah, charge. So we just go. I mean, I did warn him that it was happening in 20 minutes. So, I mean, that 20 minutes is up. It might be a red flag by the time we're done with them. We got a draw, though. I'm going to wait till Legolas gets in and... Oh, well, okay, I guess we've taken them all out. Sharku is Tyler's new favorite T1. He has ability for the first 4 turns. Yes, that madness one. Yeah. What the hell is it called? I can't even remember what it's called. Conspirator or something. Or it's a great one. So we've got 8 reports. I'm pretty sure we've taken out. Yeah, we took out all the commanders. So let's scroll down to Theo and see what he did. So he took out a 42 Eowyn, a 40 Aragorn, Drew against a 42 Gandalf. Aragorn killed that Gandalf. Drew against a 40 Gimli. Arwen killed that Gimli. Drew against a 45 Haldir. And then Galadriel killed that 45 Haldir. That was fun. A little anticlimactic, but treason. That's the name of it. Thank you, Tyler. Really good skill. Eowyn, did she not even get to hit? Oh. Okay. Oh, man. That's going to be something ridiculous. I'm still planning on going Mordor, and I'm happy enough to see Theo with, like, not happy, but if I've got to deal with it, then, you know, like, I've come up with the idea that if I'm able to, I don't know exactly how much it's going to be limited, because I just can't imagine that we're going to have absolute full access to all commanders. But, like, I don't know. If I can pull it off, that I'm able to just main my good commanders and not recruit any evil commanders, I'll rock Season 2 as Mordor with no evil commanders. The 2 that I get at the start that I can't control, as soon as I'm able to park them, they're just going to get parked. And then I'll just rock it with, like, Theoden, Arwen, Galadriel, Aragorn. Like, screw it. You want to allow the silliness? Then I'll just embrace the silliness. But also use Gorbag. Yeah, maybe. Same with Gothmog. I mean, how can you pass up Grond? And I mean, I do love Agzok. I really do love Agzok. But this will probably be the last Stop the Change themed stream. I'll go back to the old thumbnail and whatnot after this. I was just doing it for this week to try and kind of make sure that the issue didn't just get completely swept under the rug. And it seems like we've definitely accomplished the goal of just, you know, getting their attention and letting them know that we were all unhappy with the idea. Go ahead, host away, King. I'm ready for it. We're all ready for it. Let's do it. I'll even turn my headphones up to max here. That's how confident I am right now. This is going to kill me, isn't it? Have your thoughts changed on the change, by the way? Not really, Daily. I'm still not happy about them. I'm just trying to look at them a different way. Hey, Rhino, how's it going? Like I said, if they're going to allow some kind of... God damn it. I mean, it didn't kill me, so I'm hoping it didn't kill you guys, because I don't generally have this on max. Was that better? Was that reasonable for the volume? Still salty. How are you? So, you're still salty, Anxious? Awesome. The volume was fine. Sweet. And thank you for the host there, King Dead. But yeah, like I said, if they're going to allow silliness, then I'm going to try and embrace the silliness and show them just how weird an idea it is. If I'm able to, you know, successfully lead a Mordor warband and not recruit any evil commanders or not use any evil commanders to do it, that's going to be a little bit weird. What heal do I prefer, by the way? That's a good question. I think, I don't know, like right now it's probably a little bit lopsided just by stats. Let's actually take a look. I'm pretty sure I like Theo's better. Because he's got, this main one at 75% chance of recovering, and then it just recovers every round. It's 45%. And Eowyn's. Nope, it's this one. Yeah, okay, so I mean, at max, Theoden's is just better by 15%. Other than she gives hers stun immunity. So that is really, really nice, getting stun immunity for all your mounted units. So considering you gain that at the cost of 15% heal, I'd say it's a good trade-off. Yeah. Other than that, it's, like I said, it's just a 15% difference at max. So, numbers-wise, King Dead just pulled the Shadow. Grats, buddy. I expect to see your Theo lead all Mumma kill since they count as mounted. Yeah, I've learned today that the tags on units don't actually dictate things the way I thought they did. And so Ents are counted as large units. I think I was talking to somebody about that a couple of streams ago, or a few streams ago, and I was 100% wrong. Ents do count as large units. If you actually use Bonites against them and look at a battle report, you will actually see the Giant Slayer skill pop off when they attack. So somebody was talking about that in the Discord today, and I asked them to just send me a battle report or a screenshot because I had never actually seen it. So I have finally seen it with my own eyes that Giant Slayer does pop off against Ents. So Theo's max level effect just says 100%. Yeah, that's how I read it. Is every round, instead of it being a 75% chance of recovering HP, it's just recover 45% HP. And I'm pretty sure if we go into a battle report, we can probably back that up. Where the hell? Where was his battle report? Okay, way up here for some reason. Okay. So, round 1. Theoden's Arid Leader heals Cavaliers. Theoden's Arid Leader heals Bonites. Arid Leader heals Marshals, yeah, so it's going off every round. And it's healing all of them. Where is it here? Arid Leader. Arid Leader, yeah. So at max, it just goes off every round. Yeah, Syntax, I totally agree with you. I find them very inconsistent with their wording. Like, it's almost like different people, which isn't surprising that different people would design different commanders, but you'd think they'd all have, like, a set I don't know, framework. Because if we just look at that example of a mounted heal, the Arid Leader, every round, mounted units. White Lady of Rohan, every round, all mounted units. Why the, and then down here, just mounted units. So like, why the specific all mounted units up here? Unless, no, because the same thing would apply to this. I was thinking like, would that mean, I was almost thinking something like slivers from Magic where, sorry, if you came up against other mounted units, this maybe popped off for everybody. But no, because again, this down here would do the same. So I've never been able to figure out why they have differences in wording like this. You know, just mounted units, all mounted units. And then the same thing, like I said, they're both mounted heals, but on two different characters. One says all, the other one just says mounted. So yeah, but Grandmaster Kiev, like my same kind of thing applies. I don't know if you, like, it wouldn't require the word all. Mounted units would cover all those same bases. Because this doesn't say wargs or anything. Anxious Rhino translation issue. That's actually probably, yeah. That might be a likelier culprit, I think. To mindfuck us. Yeah, that's probably true. Literally every skill has horrible wording. Whoever did the wording wasn't fluent in English. Yeah, no, I actually hadn't thought about that, you know, it could just be translation stuff. And that does actually make a lot of sense and clear things up. Because not everything translates into English one-to-one. I don't like having this fort just looking at me, but that's what I was doing. I need to like heal some guys up, I think. I don't know. Galadriel might be able to take it out. I get confused sometimes with the wording, like Aragorn to melee damage buff sounds like it would just affect him. It doesn't say army, but it affects your army. Is that, okay. Whoop. Which one? This one? Or this one? No. I'm raid. I'm not sure which skill you're talking about, Wingandi. This one? Against all melee units, damage dealt plus 3%. Yeah, okay, so you're saying this actually applies to your whole army. Really? And see, that's just something I didn't, like, I've never looked for that because I didn't assume that that's how it would work. Wow. So that gives a bonus damage. Like, that's something new. There we go. We're learning together. So, brawling training. Yeah, exactly, Syntax. I mean, that's major. Thank you. So, to everybody that's here that didn't know that, we all just learned something new every day. Brawling training actually applies to Aragorn's whole army. Wow. That's awesome. Salut, Zong. How goes? Yeah, it really does, Syntax. I mean, I've considered him better than this Aragorn anyway, but overall, it increases his value even more. Because, yeah, that's huge. That's another 21% damage to your whole army. Holy Christ. Because then you could get this. Oh, wow. That would be 42% extra damage if you ran all men units? But this only applies against melee units. Okay, that's the thing. So it's... But still, to get through that front line, that's still crazy. Because, with things like Cavaliers and Marshals, which I'm using with them right now. Like, I want to go check a report then, actually. Oh, I don't have it. So never mind. But again, wow, thank you for that. That's awesome. I would love to see incentives for PvP. Example, gear, better experience, loot, gems, anything. Yeah, Anxious. There's been a lot of people talking about, you know, there needs to be something. There's a lot of things. You know, this just kind of goes back to at least my confusion when we found out they were launching the game. I was honestly baffled when they said they were launching the game. As soon as they were on September 23rd there. It was just like, wait, what? There are still so many things that you have not addressed. And, like, there was a bunch of us saying these things, talking about these things, bringing up issues, making predictions. And I'm sure there's a lot of people feeling like their predictions are coming true. There's a lot of the balance issues that we're seeing that it's like, yep, we were telling you they needed to be fixed. The amount of people I'm seeing, on the test servers getting crushed by the lopsided 6v4 is just sad. And yeah, then there's a whole other player base that's just bored because they've finished all the season objectives. They're, either beat or beating everyone. And it just all happened too fast. They did not anticipate how quickly their seasons would get finished. And so now they're, I think, having to rush to respond. Yeah, Roman, it's sad. But I do think that's a reality that we're going to face. Is that I don't think we're going to see the same kind of loyal players continue on with some of these changes. But we'll see. I've been talking about it with people, and like the one thing that I will say, regardless of whether it's good or bad, it's going to be interesting to see what Season 2 is like. So I'm going to check it out for a little bit, start that Mordor warband, but yeah, I'm just hoping that it's not what I think it's going to be. Anyway. Yeah, I do think they'll add more Red Book. I think they'll add more Red Book. I think they'll add more to the Season Pass. Things like that feel like a fairly easy addition. But I don't know. I have seen people say about like increasing the barracks capacity, increasing the upgrade levels for buildings, which I don't know, maybe, but faction, yeah, like expand on the fellowship, like the fortress idea, kind of expand on this idea here. Hey, Bottle of Paces, thank you very much for the sub. Oh, the Prime sub. And just, I thought that was a sub on... I gotta realize what my own friggin' alerts are, man. Thank you for that. Wow. I saw subscribed, and, like, I should have known by the music and the picture that it was Because it's Gandalf nodding if it's a YouTube subscription. Well, thank you, dude. I appreciate that. Oh, it's Cass. You got names all over the place. Cass just popping in all over. Hey, man, how's it going? I mean, still appreciate it, but it's good to know it's you, man. Only positive thing I have to say about Season 2 changes, will add more unpredictability and more fun fighting other commanders because, yeah, I mean, you know, and that is, I guess, a great silver lining, I think. I don't know if you've realized, Tyler, what a silver lining that is, I think, because I think that was actually a quote I had up on my Be Right Back screen on the last stream from The Art of War by Sun Tzu, was from chaos, or in chaos there is opportunity, or something of the sort. From chaos comes opportunity. You know, that's the kind of thing I'm trying to think here now, is that it's going to be chaotic regardless of, like I said, anything else. It's going to be interesting, it's going to be chaotic, it's going to be weird. So sometimes you just need to embrace the madness. And it's like, sure, I've come up with my own little challenge. If I'm able to pull it off, maybe it'll make it fun and interesting for me, at least personally, and keep me motivated to play the season out. Because like I said, if I can finish off Season 2 as a Mordor player that hasn't used evil commanders for anything, that would be great. I think it would be hilarious. The biggest content equals buying Matham chests. Yeah, and to be honest, Rhino, that's the only content they care about. Not pay to win, it's a cash grab. Different. Mate, free sub, why not? Well, I appreciate you using your free sub on me, man. Yeah, when Wagandhi, I will agree to you. I will agree with you that it's the least pay to win mobile game that I've seen. I argue against it being pay to win with a lot of people, or debate it with a lot of people. I'll get off this screen. That's a boring screen now. Because I don't think it's actually pay to win, specifically for the fact that no individual, no matter how much they pay in this game, no individual can succeed on their own. So just in that sense alone, it's not pay to win. I know I'm being real technical on that one, but I mean, I also agree with people that you get advantages for paying, as you should. What do they expect? That you're going to pay and just not get anything for it? So yeah, you get some advantages. You can get some perks and speed certain things up. But the one thing I've always said is that the main things that affect battle, like that affect PvP, your, conscripting troops, building forts, your stamina, those are all limitations that we all have to abide by. Yes, there's the stamina potion, but it's only 60 stamina, and it's a 24-hour cooldown per commander. So I don't think it's too crazy. So I think they've put a lot of checks in place to prevent it from being pay to win. But I also agree with Rhino that, yeah, it's getting to be a bit of a cash grabby, especially with the changes that they're making in Season 2. It just feels so much more cash grabby. It's just like, we don't really care what the players want, feel, or anything, because the least they could do in this situation, is come out and say, okay, we understand that some people like the idea, some people don't like the idea, and there's other people on the fence, so we're going to postpone it. We'll put it off until Season 3 or Season 4 or Season 5. Just like, we'll put it off for a little bit and maybe discuss it with people, hold some polls or whatever, and actually try and hash out a way to make it work, rather than just shoving it down our throats, which that's what it feels like they're doing. Because we still haven't heard anything on the Discord. They keep saying that, or the last I heard anyway, that they were going to give us updates on Season 2. And I haven't seen anything else addressing this, so it's going to be interesting to see what happens. Because I still don't think we found out when the season is ending. I mean, it could be. Who knows when this is even going to be an issue. Why add the ability to use the evil units if they get a debuff and vice versa? Is that what they're... So the units... Oh yeah, because of the like morale system that they're doing with it. But I wonder if it's going to be a thing where when you first recruit them, they're going to have low morale. But then as you fight them, kind of like the familiarity system with gear, where the more you fight with them, the more loyal they become and the more part of the group or whatever. And god damn it, I don't know what's going on with Google Play tonight. This may pop up every now and then, but I just gotta, it doesn't seem to be affecting anything. Yeah, I wonder if that's going to be the kind of thing with the morale system, is that as you fight more and more with these units, they'll get more effective and lose that debuff. Otherwise, like you said, what the hell's the point? Unless it's such a minimal debuff. Exactly, Syntax. Resources and troops are the two most important things, and you can't speed that up or buy it with gems. So, to me, they've done a good job there. The second those things can be purchased and sped up, that's when I'm personally done with this game, because then it is pay to win, and just you'll get run over by people with wallets all day. The map with 10 playable factions is more balanced than early servers with only 6 playables. I wouldn't attribute that to natural in-game balance, Wagandhi. I feel like there's a lot of false depiction right now of balance, depending on the servers that you look at, because a lot of the early servers, like server 1 here, where it's Rohan dominating, this is made up of a whole lot of beta players with very few brand new players. So there was a lot of people, especially in Rohan, that knew exactly what they were doing. We just overwhelmed everybody, and, you know, it looks like, oh my god, Rohan is such a great, awesome faction. They must have the strongest units. It's like, yeah, marshals are good, but this is the only time I've ever seen Rohan succeed like this. Every other time, Rohan's been a friggin' blip on the map. Any faction can have this kind of success if they have the numbers. So the faction population, that's one of the things I've been pushing, is faction population is the biggest issue they need to address if they actually want to address balance. It's going to be the hardest one to address, because how do you limit faction population without limiting player freedom? And you can't limit player freedom too much without pissing people off. But people are begging for balance. So there's a lot of people that think the evil commanders and the evil units just plain suck because they're getting overrun by beta players like us. And it's like, I'm sorry guys, but no. There are a lot of really good evil commanders. The evil troops are pretty good. Some of them suck, yeah. I complained about a lot of them myself. But there's a lot of good units I complain about too. The Sentinels. I hate the Sentinels. Same with the Heralds and the Wardens or whatever they're called. Don't like them. The Wargs on the evil side, I don't like them. The Berserkers, I hate them. But other units on both sides, I like. Both sides have good commanders, depending on how they're used. Tyler Curves said way back up here, because I just realized how far back I was on chat. Tyler Curves said way back up here that apparently the season is ending very soon. Now, Tyler, do you say that because of the thing on the Google Play Store that apparently said ending in 4 days? because I'm pretty sure that's just referring to the launch event that was tied to the Google Play Store. I don't think that has anything to do with the season. But if you're getting your information from somewhere else, then I'd love to know. Arnor gets hobbits. Insta win. What are you complaining about? Exactly. Exactly. If you can, rock the hobbits early, look out. Syntax, I'm sorry, but Angmar really has the short end of the stick there. You just named 1, 2, 3 good factions that are all surrounding Angmar, plus you forgot about the dwarves on the other side of them. Like, Angmar has 4 good factions, all pretty much on their doorstep. It's stupid. Yeah. If we find out, we find out. I don't know. At this point, I'm just taking it day by day. And like I said, if we hear anything from the devs, we hear anything. But I don't know anymore. It went from the season lasting 2 to 3 months to the season lasting several months to now the season might last a month. Like, man, I had so much faith in this game like 2 months ago. What the hell? What happened? Imagine if Mordor and Rohan switched locations. No, Rhino. No. No. I don't want to imagine that one bit. I like Mordor too much to imagine that. I don't know. I've seen Angmar way more populated than Arnor on most servers. But it's like you said, it's all down to faction population. Yeah. It is weird because I've been, there's so many servers. That's the other problem that they've run into, I think. We've got something like, what, 300 servers? How the hell do you open 300 servers in a month? Sure, like, I know some early servers filled up really fast, but you can't tell me all those servers are full. Yeah, unfortunately, on most servers, it is about player base. It's about player base, it's about activity. Because again, you could have the most populated faction on the server, but if none of you are active, that doesn't really mean anything. So, an active, populated faction that's organized, if people don't catch on to that early and team up against them, then yeah, they've got a real high chance of running away with it. I wonder if Alex is around. Oh, he doesn't have anyone here. I thought he was... Where was he? He was around here somewhere. I want to come get this 200. Do I have... That's what I needed to do. Gotta get some troops back on Mr. Theo. There we go. I still think it all depends on your faction's communication. Yeah. Communication is huge. That's why I said a faction that's organized. Because to me, part of organization is, effective communication. And yeah, if you can't communicate, if you can't organize, if you can't coordinate, then it doesn't matter, really. It's very easy for factions to fall to infighting What's my opinion on Rohan's archers? Rohan has the better archers for non-mounted archers. What was I doing here? Going to the barracks. The sharpshooters have the ranged advantage buff. So for the first 2 rounds, they get an increased... their damage is increased. I think that's 45% at max. So it's a pretty decent buff. Whereas the sentinels, yeah, they've got a higher base damage, but they only have this swiftness. It gives them a chance to avoid the first attack, which, yeah, the first attack generally has some... is generally the attack that's going to have, you know, some damage buffs or whatever. But I still personally think, and from everything we tested in the betas, from talking back and forth with people, the general consensus was that if you're going to use archers that aren't mounted, the sharpshooter is the way to go. If you're using a, you know, if you want max damage, then yeah, use your bow knights. But I reserve the bow knights for like Theo, Eowyn, people like that. And so I have the sharpshooters for other people. If you quit this game, what would you go to? I don't know yet, Daily Fresh. I've been thinking about that as like a just in case. And I don't know. Because there's not really any other games of this style that I play. Like, I was not into the Game of Thrones thing, or, I don't know, Rise of Kingdoms, or any of that other stuff. But, you know, I've got, like, Star Wars, the old school, Star Wars Battlefront 2 on Steam. I don't know what else I got. I got other games. I'd figure something out, I'm sure. Or who knows, maybe I'd just do a friggin' talk show. I'd just turn it into a podcast. I'd figure something out, I'm sure. Adapt and improvise. That's what they say. Somebody says that, don't they? It's a thing. Alright, we got people that can kick the shit out of stuff now. Alright. So we're going to take you down here. Charge. Charge. Yeah, we got lots of people. Yeah, when I first joined my current Rohans, I forgot there was other stuff that I was wanting to go back and read too. I realized I had missed a bunch of stuff, so I was trying to catch up. You know how people be saying size doesn't matter these days? Well, in this game, that is not true. Faction size is 80% of the fight. Indubitably. Syntax, when you first joined your current Rohan server, you joined the biggest, then second biggest fellowship. Both leaders went inactive and bailed on you. Ouch. That is always rough. And that's something else that they need to address, is a better method for dealing with inactive leaders and such. Tyler, you have one warband each taking on entire dwarf faction, Gondor, elves, and Rohan. Was blown away, really. Nice. And Syntax took up leadership, and the faction is growing now. Good stuff, man. Good on ya. Leadership is not an easy mantle to take on. You know, in my opinion, some people are made for it, some people aren't. And that's not a dish on anyone or whatever. It's just, there's a lot that goes along with it, you know. If you want to be a good and effective leader, then it's involved. But good on you. Rhino, the elves have been doing more damage than my sharpshooters. Really? Huh. I wonder if that's changed then. I'm always up for a change in opinion. The knowledge that I'm spreading is all based off like my beta experience, talking with other people, stuff that we all came up with. Obviously the game is going to change and adapt and evolve and all that stuff. So, yeah, if there's information like this that elven archers are doing more damage than sharpshooters, then hey, maybe we'll be switching it up again and using the elven archers. I'm sure there are some commanders, the ones that give damage bonuses to men units. Obviously, the Rohan archers would be better there. But if there's no difference one way or the other, commander-wise, then yeah, maybe the elven archers are better. Skyrim channel. I don't know what Skyrim channel is. Fill me in there, Rhino. They should make an MMO LOTR game, but a good one. Burn. It's really dated now, yeah. What would I do if I'd see the Black Gate without forts at season... Okay, as a Rohan player yourself, what would you do if you'd see the Black Gate without forts at season progression 6? Well, let's... Do we have forts here? Okay, we have forts here. I don't know. It depends on... It would depend on my relationship with Mordor, really. Oh yeah, we got forts here. We're right in here. Yeah, I don't know. It would kind of depend on what Rohan was doing. If I was leading a Rohan warband and it got to that point, I don't know. Maybe we'd bust in or try. Maybe we'd be at war with Angmar, though. No, Tyler Curves. I've never played any of the Battle for Middle-earth games. I've heard good things about them. Somebody did send me on... Was it on Discord? I think they sent me some links. I still haven't got the stuff installed, though. 4, I believe, Battle for Middle-earth 2. Maybe even the first one as well. I think like emulators and such. And King Dead is back with us. Leadership means a lot of hard work and time you got to spend in the game. Got to guide people, tell them what to do, especially when they're new. It's like raising kids. Oh, yeah. And the thing that I need to learn personally, because I already know this, that like if I do lead a warband next season, as I plan on, I'm going to have to learn how to delegate better. I'm going to need to find some officers that I trust, that, I can communicate plans to, that we can discuss plans, all that kind of stuff. And I need to learn how to delegate, because I won't have the kind of time to be online all the time, answering the questions, guiding people, doing what leaders need to do. I believe it's time to bust that gate. I mean, yeah, if you're going at the gate, you go ahead and bust the gate, Syntax. I mean, like I said, I was just giving you my honest opinion that it would depend on what I was doing. But if I had nothing better to do, I guess, as Rohan, if I was just looking for a target as Rohan, and noticed that the Black Gate was just chilling, yeah, it would probably look like a pretty juicy target. Officers he can trust. Says King Dead. Well, I already know you're... I don't know, maybe you've betrayed me for Gondor. Seem to be real cozy over there, King. Syntax is down. Awesome. No, that was a good Gondor group. Captain Kane and them. It was nice seeing like Frosh and Lawrence in your stream. I hadn't seen them in a while. Mark Morales, how's it going? All I'm doing is getting resume ready to apply. Your face is your resume, King. If it doesn't get you in the door, needed some experience. Mordor is invading Gondor at the moment. They're our allies. I warned them, and they still left the Black Gate unprotected, so bust the gate it is. Go for it, man. You go get a gate. I'm getting a 200. You're gonna, like, overkill this thing. Oh, yep, you're too far. Wait a minute. I gotta check that. Ah, oh my god, can't type for crap sometimes. What? Why isn't this logged in? Ah, crap. Okay, I will do that later. We got our 200. Eowyn just rushed in and was like, "Raw! I want it. Screw everybody else." Yeah, she just handily took that. She's like, "Nope, you guys don't know how to use them horsies." They didn't have the marshals. That's what did it. Those marshals, man. Yeah, the season pass, if you keep up on your tasks, it is pretty easy. That's one of the reasons I was saying I wouldn't be surprised to see it get increased. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised to see them double it. What are my thoughts on the T4 unit of Arnor? Arnor has the ranged Dunedain, basically, isn't it? I like the fact that they're ranged. I find that really interesting. I don't think I like their abilities as much as I did Dunedain's. I can't remember though. I'd have to look them up or see a picture or something, because I can't remember off the top of my head. The only thing that stands out is that they were a ranged ranger. So like a ranged Dunedain. And I think they had some sort of prioritization. I can't remember if they prioritized ranged. But that would be awesome if they prioritized ranged as well. Running them alongside Dunedains, holy shit, that'd be just, monstrous. Nobody would be able to run archers against you. It's funny, these guys are up all up in Angmar fighting the elves up there. I'm like single-handedly, well, I guess Major's over here with a few tiles. I'm like single-handedly clearing out the forts over here. The stragglers. First one was they would do increased damage and take less damage on non-structured tiles. Ah, okay. So like not forts, not keeps, stuff like that, I'm guessing. Like as long as it's a normal resource tile. How original is it that half of good factions T4s are marksmen of some kind? There's 1, 2. What? March Wardens. Rangers of the North now. Discount March Wardens. I know there's one I'm forgetting, isn't there? March Wardens, discount March Wardens. Rangers of the North. Yeah, okay, 50%. But, I mean, the other 50% are melee. Touché. Second ability was increased defense and absorb enemy normal attacks against allied ranged units. Okay, that one I forgot about. That one's actually cool. It's like a it's like a Swan Knight for your other ranged. Oh, wait. What? Yeah, but they're still melee, Tyler. I mean, all your qualifier was they were marksmen of some kind. Like I said, the other 50% are melee of some kind. Sure, 2 of them are horses, but they're still melee. I get what you mean, though. I get what you mean. But like, what do they have to choose from? They've got two options to choose from. Melee or ranged. I'm actually surprised and pleased that it's an honest to God 50-50 balance. What I would figure to be more the case was to have like 4 or 5 marksman units and like 1 melee, or the other way around. Yeah, I think it would, you know, that's one of the places I think they're sticking a little bit too hard to the lore. Where, like, yeah, I get that if you're trying to stick lore-wise to the armies, really they only had mounted units, melee units on foot, and ranged units. But why couldn't Gandalf train, like, a, I don't know, group of wizards or something? If they're going to be doing wacky stuff in Season 2 anyway, why not just start bringing in things like that goblin faction that people have talked about? I saw it mentioned earlier. People have talked about, you know, the goblins at Moria. Have, like you said, just a more diverse range of units. Take out those duplicated units and give every faction unique units in each slot. But again, Season 2 is going to be interesting regardless, so whether it's good or bad, we'll wait and see. But yeah, that's another thing. You know, we had suggested to the devs putting in things like Fellowship and Warband siege catapults and trebuchets and ladders and stuff like that, that the Fellowship or Warband could work toward to make sieging structures easier. Alright, well, we've taken out this fort, I believe. Oh, not yet. We got a little bit more. We'll send a couple guys at it. And then while they're marching to finish it off, I will be hitting that transition to head off on my quick little break here. And when we return, we'll just continue the chat. It'll be a good time. It'll be some fun stuff. I do apologize to the Twitch viewers, but I figure since I'm going for the break anyway, this is probably as good a time as any to run a little ad break. So I'm about to hit Twitch with a 1-minute ad break. If you need to get up and take a pee or get a sandwich or get a drink, or you just want to leave, it's been fun. If you're back with us when we return, then we'll keep rocking right along. So click the button. Wait for it to load there. All right. Transition. Transition. We are back. Oh boy. Whew. I gotta stop running up the stairs every time. Every time this happens. I run up the stairs, I hit the button, and then I'm huffing and puffing. And it's just like, geez, what's going on here? Anyway, what did I miss while I was gone? How rowdy did y'all get? I see we took the fort. There we go. Also, Gandalf can't train people to do magic. Yeah, I know. I knew that I was, like, getting myself into something as soon as I started saying it. But again, in justification, the only reason I even said it is just because they're doing such silly stuff next season anyway. That, like, it's throwing all the rules out the window. I saw people, you know, using the defense on Discord that, like, Saruman and Grima were evil. And it's like, yeah, because men can be corrupted, but, you know, how are you going to then use that as a catch-all to just say that everyone can be corrupted? And how do you explain Lurtz turning to good? You know, like, he was bred for evil. I don't see the justification that they're trying to use fully fits either. So I think there's people on both sides, I think, trying to kind of force the lore to decide these changes when really it's like, no, you can't really go by lore. They've already done certain things to mess with that in the game anyway. Yes, it's going to be weird lore-wise, but it's, I think, the least of the issues. He took the red pill instead of the blue pill. There should be scout units in the game. Yes, I definitely agree with that. The Discord link has been expired? What? Oh, wait, yeah, that's right, because I realized why the Nightbot was lying, and I'm actually going to go and fix him right now, because the Discord link was set to expire in 7 days. So technically, I should have been going and getting a new link every week. So now I'm going to give Nightbot a permanent link. Where is it here? Custom, no, timed? Oh wait, I can do it for this one too. I do the copy and the paste. Submit. All right. So I think the exclamation point Discord should be accurate. And then where were the timers? There's the timer. All right. Edit. Paste. Submit. All right. Now, I don't think Nightbot's going to be a lying little bugger anymore. Personally, I would like to see, I would have liked to see, or have, yes, costumes, like maybe Sauron. Are you drinking King Dead? I mean, I type all messed up sometimes, but like, that one's just, personally, I would have to see costumes like maybe Sauron looking in his dark form instead of the gift giver outfit. Yeah, that, I've agreed with that right from the beginning myself, that like, I don't understand why they chose to go with the gift giver outfit by default. You'd think that would have been a bonus one that they brought in later, but they definitely need to bring Sauron in his armor. Do you know how Commander's unique equipment is going to work? Is there going to be a 5th equipment slot? I don't know how that's going to work. Going off of what I've seen, though, from Commander reports, new phone, and I'm taking Erebor, forgive me. Okay, I forgive you. Although I would have preferred it if you were drinking, but I still forgive you. But going off of battle reports that I've seen, Wagandi, because I think it's 300s. I might be able to find. I'd have to scroll. But I did take this 300 here the other day. And I believe the evil commanders defending 300 tiles have their unique piece of gear. And I'm sure on Kamul, for example, I saw that it was in his weapon slot. Alright, here we go. 300. Whoops. Alright, not on him. Nope. Oh, wait, because this is defended by an elf. Crap. Yeah. I think it would have had to have been a 300 defended by a bad guy. This was them attacking me. And I can't scroll back far enough to find when it was controlled by just a default evil commander, or when I took a different one. But yeah, as I said, I'm pretty sure I saw Kamul's unique equipment occupy his normal weapon slot. I can't drink on the job. Who would pay our rent? You're on the job. Okay. Gotcha. Well, yeah, obviously you can't be drinking on the job. That's just irresponsible. It's just water. Keeping myself hydrated. Hey, why, thank you very much for that follow. Avertsy. I do appreciate that. If you have any questions or comments, Avertsy, feel free to voice them in the chat. I've been noticing, you know, it seems like it's all YouTube comments coming in. And that's cool. If the Twitch audience is just lurking tonight, that's alright. Nothing wrong with that. But the chat is always open. You saw it on my stream. That's right. That's right. I don't think I took a... if I did take a screenshot, it might be in my Discord. But I don't think I took a screenshot on the computer. Yeah, now let's take out some more forts. Although we're getting close to our tile limit. That's no good. So, I guess it doesn't really matter. There's no priority. Let's clear these guys away from our 300 a little bit. Try and make it a bit safer. Charge. Just everybody charge. But yeah, do you remember that? The same way King Dead was Kamul's unique piece of gear in his normal weapon slot. I see we are up to 6 viewers on Twitch. Welcome to the stream, everybody. This is The Lord of the Rings Rise to War. If there are any brand new viewers, any questions, comments, concerns, feel free to voice them in the chat. We'll try and answer any questions we can. As you can see, we're playing the good faction right now. I do have an evil account as well. So if there's any questions about evil commanders, evil troops, anything like that, they can be covered as well. It was a flaming sword with a gold flame border. Yeah. And it had like the red kind of pinkish background. Ouch. Oh, they're attacking Karn Doom. That's rough. Oh, that wasn't a full Eowyn though. He had already fought a few. Can we see the fighting? Yeah, we can see the fighting. Look at him go. Go team. Moral support. Woo! Gandalf the Grey has a pipe. Guessing that goes in his accessory slot. I would imagine so, yeah. Eowyn has a unique shield. Where's that gonna go? Her weapon slot? She's not going to use a weapon. She's just going to smack people with her shield. She is a shield maiden. Maybe that's how they do things. %. Oh wow, I could... Oh, no, I can't. You can't long march. You can't long march into enemy territory. That's right. That would have been funny. Don't worry, guys. My Theoden will hit it in 2 hours once he reaches it. Charge. We're going to have to drop some tiles. I also got to heal some soldiers. The regular Aragorn has the Even Star as his unique item. Interesting. Yeah, that'll probably go into his accessory slot, I would imagine. I'm curious to see what kind of bonuses they provide. If it's anything, you know, worthwhile over gold or purple equipment. You know, because I don't think we're going to be able to strengthen or refine these things. So you'd imagine the bonuses that they give would have to offset all of that, unless there is a system for strengthening and refining them that we just don't know about. Just going to be another new thing that we all find out come season 2. Because we're still not quite sure exactly when the season ends. We're not exactly sure what next season is going to look like. But it's going to be interesting. When we looked at Camouls, it was all might. Remember? Yeah, I think I remember it showed the stat, but it didn't show any kind of like bonus ability on it. I don't think. If I remember right. So that's the part that I'm wondering, like, was that just hidden? Are they not active yet? Or do they just not roll with abilities? Which would also be kind of poop. So, because again, if they didn't have an ability on them, then those bonuses would have to be even bigger. Considering you can get purples up to what? Like, yeah, so like I've got a purple piece of armor here that's giving me 30 might, 36 speed, and an extra 18 speed. So whatever, okay, what's his? A sword. The reach of the Riddermark right now is giving me 20 might, 20 speed. It's giving all my mounted units 16 speed, and it's giving my commander cleave. So whatever this sword is going to have to give more than 20 might, more than 20 speed, more than 16 speed to my mounted units, and have something better than cleave for me to even consider using it. So right now I haven't seen enough information on those relics. I think that's what they were called. To be able to judge that. You would assume they'd be better, but from what we saw in Camouls, like you said, all it looked like was that it boosted his might. Which is cool, but I don't think it boosted it by 100. And if it was just boosting might with no abilities, it would have to be something close to that. At least for me to find it worth it. I'm so tempted to just throw away $10 to get the 300 remaining favor needed to get my Theo to respect level 3. But to get 500 free favor from the season pass. Oh, the struggles. Indeed. It is tempting. That arid leader is nice. Like you said, you're going to get it from the season pass anyway. How close are you to getting it from the season pass? Yeah, getting the heal on him really does make him stronger. That's worthless then for something that requires respect 10, which takes a long time to get to. Imagine getting to R10 with a T3 commander and the... Yeah, exactly, Wagandhi. That's what I'm concerned about. Is like these relics are going to have to be something absolutely amazing to actually justify using them, considering what we can already give to our commanders, you know, with just purples even. Tyler Curves thinks that the artifacts have their own slot. I don't think it would replace a piece of your equipment. I think it's just extra buffs. Again, Tyler, I'm just going off what we've actually seen in the game. So, again, I'm not saying for certain that that's how it works. I'm just saying that on a enemy commander, we did see the relic taking up a weapon slot. And yeah, like King Dead said he's going to check the stream just to see like what the bonus was. And maybe while you're at it, King, if you can confirm that it was either in the weapon slot or if it was an additional slot. Because the question I have at that point is if it's a secondary slot, I'm on quote streaming it saying that's dumb. Nice. Yes, Avertzi. I do have. Oh, maybe that's what I need to be saying to Twitch chat. Is that yes? I have set it up that you need to register or be verified or whatever it is to chat, and that was to secure myself against the crazy bot attacks that were going on. I was actually being hit with it. I don't know if there's anyone here that remembers that when I was doing this on Twitch before launch. But there was this Haas 312 or something. He would just like pop in every stream, and it was just like he had, I don't know, dozens of different accounts, and he would just pop in and follow and with all of them, and they were targeting a bunch of small streamers. It was weird. And so Twitch put this in as a thing to prevent that, I guess. I don't know. It's just another hassle. I apologize for it. I've only been playing since launch, but I like to be totally transparent about this. My personal production is only at 22,887. Most of my big production number here is coming from faction production because I'm with Rohan and we pretty much own the map. So, like when your faction owns this much of the map, you're getting a ton of bonuses from structures. So as you can see, I'm getting like almost 60,000, I think it is. Yeah, almost 60,000 from faction production. Oh, you got it today, King Dead. Yeah, and so if that becomes a big issue, you might have to do the same thing, where you have to turn on verification or something like that. Because I haven't been bothered with it since turning it on. Any tips on taking out Fallen, asks Ryan Melville. Well, thank you very much for joining us, Ryan Melville. I've had no success. Hey, go team, we took out Karn Doom. Rip Erebor. Yeah, that was hard to watch. Yeah, Oathbreakers. There we go. Tyler Curves has a great option there. Oathbreakers would be a good choice. Other than that, you're just going to have to power through it. You would want something like it. A good starting point would be what faction you're playing, good or evil, and then which sub-faction are you playing amongst that. Because the T4 that you have access to is probably going to dictate what you do. If it's Karoon, take the L. Yeah, I will just second that full on. If you're running into... It's Karoon, take the L. Just take the L. Just take the L and hope you don't fight him again. Oh, God, that's the worst combination. But, yeah, what faction are you playing? What T4 do you have access to? Because like, if you're Gondor and have Swan Knights, you're going to want to make use of them. If you're Dwarves, you know, you're... Oh, my God, Karoon with almost 5,000 fallen. That's just nasty. No, thank you. Just no, thank you. What are you attacking? A 300? Like, Linden, so long shots. Ram Rider sounded promising with the defense break. Yeah, I would agree with that. Ram Riders, Guardians, just to soak damage maybe. And level 300. Yeah. Yeah, your best bet might just be to wait out the recovery timer and just hope that it's not Karoon again. Because, man, I just have a hard time telling somebody, it doesn't matter what composition you're running. I have a hard time telling anyone just run head on into Karoon if you know that's what it is. Ugh. He's got to be one of the strongest evil. Go team. Okay. I guess we did that too. But he's definitely got to be one of the strongest evil commanders in my opinion, is Karun. Like, the stuns and the heals that he brings, and then, like, tribal tactics. Although, as you can see, you don't need the evil men. You just run him with Fallen, and he's a nightmare. Although, now that I think about it, I don't know if the Fallen is actually his ideal unit, just because they get the damage increase as they take damage. And with the amount of stuns that he provides, they may not end up maxing out that damage buff. So it actually might not be as bad as it could be for you. That's really sad to say. But I just thought about that. Oh my god, and you're even running Eagles? Wow. Because yeah, like, I hadn't thought about that, but that's a really good tactic, because they take less damage from melee. Eagles. Ooh, Eagles with Ram Riders, or maybe just Eagles and Ram Riders. And yeah, Tyler does have the strat there. Like, if you've got access to Oathbreakers, just run Oathbreakers. A ton of Oathbreakers. The physical damage won't touch them. It's funny, syntax. A lot of people think King of the Dead, is kind of meant for Oathbreakers. And as far as I remember, he doesn't get anything major for Oathbreakers until Respect 5. And he's a really good commander regardless. But yeah, like here, he doesn't have anything specific for Oathbreakers. He doesn't have anything specific down here for Oathbreakers. Doesn't have anything specific in here for Oathbreakers. It's only here at Army of the Dead that he gets anything specific to undead units. He increases their speed and they gain stun immunity, which is cool. But to be honest, this is actually, I think, the best part, is that your undead units can't be affected by skills, friend or foe, cast during the battle prep phase. And that's the only thing. Or no, sorry, yeah, there's this one here. Allied undead receive less damage. Other allied and enemy races receive more damage, and quite a bit more. So these two skills are specific to Oathbreakers. Other than that, though, nothing is actually specific. And he's a really good commander even without Oathbreakers. Incorporeal here, he reduces the might and focus by 15% and increases his own might. This unlocks Boggle, which deals focus damage. It increases the next damage received. Dreadful Presence has... okay, now this one is also... Oh, okay, this was the one that causes minimum damage. So yeah, he deals focus damage and causes 3 enemy targets to deal minimum damage for a round. Betrayer increases the damage dealt by your allied units, but the bigger part of it is that he prevents healing of enemy and allied units. So you sacrifice any of your own healing, which is fine, to shut down any healing you're going to face, which is huge. And then this is the tree that gives him his silence down here with the focus reduction, as well as the might reduction and a chance of being stunned with intimidation. So even just at respect 0, like even as a fresh unlock, just these two trees are really good. And then if you can get him to respect 3, he increases his might during combat, and all units deal minimum damage. This can work against you if you come up against things like Bow Knights or Sentinels now, I'll include them. Things that have a high damage but low variance. This could work against you, so you got to be careful with that one. But if you are running all Oathbreakers, then it doesn't matter. It increases his focus here, which we've seen is modifies these two skills. And then there's also these ones here, because this gives madness as well as dealing focus damage. And then chaotic retreat just decreases the defense of all enemy units. And so again, once you get them to respect 3, these are great regardless of what units you're running. And then, yeah, as we covered just a moment ago, if you do get him to respect 5, then he's got some pretty good skills that he offers to Oathbreakers. But by no means is he a useless commander if you're not running Oathbreakers on him, or if you don't have him at respect 5. I had quite a bit of success with King of the Dead in the last beta on my Gondor account. I was really happy when I unlocked him. I did get him to respect 3. I didn't get him to respect 5. But I was pleasantly surprised by how he performed. He was able to punch up above his weight class, so... ran Haldir with Eagles, Guardians, and long shots. Big rip. Battle report is on Discord now. I kind of want to check that out. So yeah, I wonder if your thoughts on the Ram Riders was a good idea to decrease their defense. And like I said, I don't know if just running... And sorry, what... did we find out what faction you are? Like, what T4 do you have access to? Are you Dwarves? Are you Gondor? Are you El... No, you said you're Arnor, so you have long shots. Never mind. Or Linden, sorry. So, yeah... I can't remember what the skills on long shots are, but I don't know. Oh. So I don't know if they're really beneficial against the Fallen. But like I said, I think you might have been on the right track with the Ram Riders. I'm just not sure if if it would be a good call to go just split it between Ram Riders and Eagles, or go Ram Riders, Eagles, and then maybe Spearmen, like Guard of the Tower, just to have that straight mounted counter, because they can soak a lot of damage too. Now that I'm thinking about it, that might be your best composition, Ryan Melville, if you go like Guard of the Tower, Ram Riders, and Eagles. Because, yeah, in this fight, the long shots aren't really gonna, other than just doing damage, they're not really offering anything that's gonna help against the Fallen. Whereas the Guard of the Tower are going to just be a straight hard counter that can soak a lot of damage for you. Yeah, and this is why I'm saying if you run it with Guard of the Tower, Eagles, and you kill like 1,600. Yeah, that's why I'm suggesting. Yeah, hopefully you don't see it again. That would just be the nicer thing. But yeah, I think maybe Guard of the Tower, Ram Riders, Eagles would be a decent. Maybe even Ents, yeah. They'd act like Swan Knights, at least. They'd soak a ton of damage for you if you have Ents. I don't know if you have Ents, though, Ryan. But if you do, or if you can get them, that would probably be a great option. Tanner, how's it going? You play as Mordor, fighting dwarves with T4 guardians, axe throwers, and ram riders. These are the main troops we are seeing. What are the best counters? So for the axe throwers, the best counter is snipers from Isengard. Guardians, you'll probably want to counter them with crushers. And the ram riders, you've got options there. You can either counter them with, I don't know, trolls. You could go with the straight counter with halberdiers. You could run your own cavalry like wargs or dragoons. But as I said, the snipers and the crushers. The snipers are a hard counter to the axe throwers, and the crushers are going to lower the defense of the guardians to make them a little bit easier to get through. Fallen can fly, so mercs, eagles? What? What do you mean Fallen can fly? They're a melee unit. They're not ranged. Snipers, crushers, and halberdiers. Yeah. Like I said, you know, you could run your own mounted unit, because the other way of countering a mounted unit is just by running your own mounted unit. Fallen have wings? Yeah, but do they, like, this is, and now this is where the game's got me messed up and confused, because, like, I use information the game gives me to, you know, make decisions and stuff. And so if I want to know what a unit does, I come in here and I look at the big obvious buttons that they've stuffed in my face. And so if this doesn't tell me that, you know, it has flying, well then okay, I'm not going to assume they're not flying, LOL. Yeah, King dead trolling. Well, see, this is the thing though. I don't know anymore with what they're doing to the game. I don't know. Like, sure, it makes sense that they don't fly, but in the game that we're living in now, it fucking makes perfect sense that Fallen fly. God damn it, King, you're just getting me going now, man. I'm gonna get you back for this. You know it. Everybody give King a clap though for getting me with that one. That was good. You had me going. But like I said, I just don't know. Exactly, making me question everything, man. Like, do I even exist? Am I even here right now? Are you even here right now? Are we all just a simulation? Oh my god. That whole animation thing. Elaborate horse blanket on the model. When we play Mordor, I seriously can't wait to unlock Karun. Yeah. Yeah, of all the T3s, Karun is probably the one I want to unlock first. So good. So good. Mountain Troll, Crusher, Alchemist combo. Tanner, if you replace the Alchemists in that combo with Reapers, you might have more success. Reapers do really, really well with Kamul. AJ, you see the hot patch on Mumakil's gaining the flying perk as well? I was told they needed a buff. I didn't see that. I'll believe that when elephants fly. See what I did there? I made a funny. Oh, this guy's still going at it. Look at him. Like, charge! I can do it. He's up to 23,000 power. When elephants fly. I said what I said. But indeed. Guess you've never seen Dumbo. Oh, I have. I'm amazed that I turned out the way I did after seeing Dumbo. Man, that's a weird movie. That pink elephants on parade sequence? Holy crap! How did they think that was okay for kids? I heard from some Angmar players that the Undying works really well with Fallen. Wouldn't surprise me. I can't recall the Undying's skills off the top of my head, but it wouldn't surprise me. It seems like most of the Nazgul. Yes, I said the N-word. I know it's racist. I got that from King Dead. Don't get on me about it. I just figured he'd say something if I didn't. So, but it seems like most of them have benefits for mounted units, which would kind of imply that they're meant for the Fallen. Interesting you say that I didn't see Karun as that much importance. Maybe I overlooked him. I think a lot of people did at first, to be honest, until we all started getting our asses kicked by him. At that point, he just kind of made himself known, to be honest. Like, I couldn't help but notice Karun by the end of the beta. Just throwing it out there, I have no experience with the Undying nor Fallen. Hey, that's alright. Passing on info is always awesome, Syntax. Ain't that the truth? Horribly racist movie too when I rewatched as an adult. Yeah, that Song of the Roustabouts? Wow, man. Wow. And like the elephant getting drunk, which led to the pink elephants on parade thing. The mouse yelling climax into a sleeping man's ear. Like, come on, really? And we watched this as kids? Man. See, I knew he'd say it. Do you have any experience with Radagast? I'm hoping he's my first T3 I get. Seems like a supercharged Arwen. I don't have personal experience with him, but I've seen other people have success with Radagast. And yeah, at Respect 3, his heals get really, really nice. Because he gets this healer. Look at that. They named it real aptly. This healer ability. So all the recovery received by your allied units is increased by 30% at max. He also gives them an extra 2 HP. He gets Cleansing Touch, so he provides another heal along with a debuff removal. And then he also gives Relief, which applies to the allied unit with the highest defense, which I actually think that's a really interesting specification because they're, usually it's lowest defense and stuff like that. So the fact that this is actually your highest defense unit that's going to get healed, that's going to work great with certain units like Ents, like just high defense, tanky units, Swan Knights, Ents, anything like that that you want to keep alive is going to be really nice. The Brown is a damage reduction, and he gives a chance of recovering a small amount of HP, but he increases your army's defense by 10, which is always nice. He gets the Wizard here, so he gets a stun, but then at Respect 5, he goes Beast Mode. All of his Eagles get a lot of speed during combat. They gain stun immunity. His Beasts recover HP every round. And his March speed gets insanely fast. So if you get him to Respect 5 and you load him up with Eagles and you go this full tree, you're going to be flying around, literally flying around the map. Just nobody's business. You'll be bouncing people like crazy. But yeah, Respect 0 to 3, that's where he gets his heals. You go with the Brown, you go with a healer with both of these, and then these I believe are both damage mitigation. Yeah, this reduces the damage dealt by both your units as well as the enemies. And then this one reduces the damage received by your allied units by a percentage. That'd be 14%, I believe, at max. So yeah, Radagast is really good. You know, the TLDR of that is Radagast is pretty good. The heals and damage mitigation from Karun are nuts. Yeah, and yeah, it just... He provides... You know, it seems like a pretty simple set of things that he does, but they're so effective. There's beauty in simplicity. When Karun knocked my level 50 Boromir with suffering 300 loss, I took him seriously. Yeah. Like I said, you know, it seemed like Karun just made himself known to everybody, regardless of whether we were paying attention to him or not. I know my territory limits reached. I just want to get rid of the fort. But like, regardless of whether we were actually paying attention to him, Karun let us know he was there. Alright, I am going to drop some tiles. Oh wait, we do have the sort function now. So I'm going to sort this. Alright. Cool. Yeah, let's just start down here. We'll get rid of a bunch of stuff. If I was saving these for anything, sucks to be me. I'll get new ones. Mass tile drop. Drop it like it's hot. Alright, once we get these ones finished off, that should be... I think that's pretty good. That'll get us some room. Random question from Ryan Melville. But have you found a good way to zoom in on BlueStacks? On mobile, you can zoom to reduce clutter from units to see tiles, but I can't find a good way to do it in the emulator. I have not found a way to do it either, Ryan Melville. I haven't really looked, to be honest. But no, I haven't come across an easy way of zooming in. I figured, you know, by default, I thought it would be the mouse wheel. But that's what scrolls you up and down. So, oh, nope, don't exit the game. Yeah. No, I can't. Control, shift. No, wait, maybe. Because that seems to... When I hit, oh, wait. Oh. Yeah, hold control and scroll with your mouse. King Dead got it before I did. There we go. Yeah, hold control and spin your mouse wheel. I'm holding left control and spinning my mouse wheel. Crazy. I'm going to stop that now. I'm probably making people sick. Awesome. Good stuff. Thank you, King Dead. Alright, well this has been a more active stream for at least my stuff than they have been lately, you know. Taking out a bunch of tiles, taking out a bunch of forts. So that's been good. Rainbow Pit, hello. I think I did see you come in earlier and say hi. I totally slipped by me. The fight with the elves is going pretty well. I was not taking part in the fight up here because I just hadn't moved up there yet. And I still had guys over here, so I thought, yeah, screw it. I'll just fight with the elves over here. Woobto, welcome back to the stream. If you're on an emulator like BlueStacks or Nox, you can hold control and scroll with your mouse wheel to zoom in and out. It's a little finicky, but yeah, it works. And I just learned that myself tonight. So, because I figured like there had to be a way to do it. It only made sense. But I just hadn't done enough experimenting, so. It's one of those times we figured it out together. It was one of those adventures. But yeah, the fight with the elves has been going well. We had a big old battle at the beginning of the stream. I mean, it wasn't a big old battle. It was actually a fairly anticlimactic battle against the guy over here that had stacked up 5 comms. Won that pretty handily. And so we just then started clearing out some elven forts. Trying to make some room. Make sure our 300 is nice and safe. I feel like Loth always becomes the server punching bag. Too many valuable camps and regions in their zone of control. It does happen sometimes. There are times where they are kind of the leading faction. I've seen Rohan be the punching bag most of the time, to be honest. Like that's who, from my experience, has been the punching bag. I'm sure everyone has their own kind of version of the faction they've seen get kind of the short end of the stick. But yeah, the elves here, it's funny that they've been split now. It's like they had been doing really well, and now they've got this little corner up here and their homeland down here. Isengard's been split as well. Gondor and Mordor, they've just kind of been doing their own thing. Although we're invading Mordor now, I guess. We're invading Gondor too. So I guess we're just taking over world domination. God damn, this season needs to end. Damn. Yeah, if we'd have waited. I mean, and there it was. I mean, I would have had to wait 2 hours, which we could have done. But I would have liked it to have been a bit more fair fight or more entertaining of a fight on his part as well. But like I said, I mean, I didn't know if he had just sent all his comms there and then logged off for the day. You know, who knows what time zone he's in. So, it feels kind of bad that could have just waited for him. Yeah, sad. So many demoralized players. You know, I got a comment on one of the last streams from somebody saying, and I know that, you know, they weren't meaning it in a negative way, and I appreciate all types of feedback, and so I take it for what it was. But he was saying that, you know, some of my past streams, and I think it was referring to the ones this week, the stop the change ones type thing, they had been bringing more negative energy to the streams, and it had been driving him away personally. And I apologize to him for that, because I don't want to bring negative energy to the streams. It's not the kind of vibe that I want to have here. But as I responded to him honestly too, I feel like the content we've been discussing this week has kind of been inherently negative. You know, there's a lot of negativity surrounding these changes. There's a lot of negativity surrounding the state of the game, surrounding the season. You know, so like I said, I don't like having to talk about these negative things and bring more of a negative vibe to the stream. But I also don't want to shy away from topics that need to be discussed. So, I mean, I think we still all have a pretty good time, even if we're talking about not the most positive of topics. Everyone still seems to be laughing and enjoying themselves. If not, feel free to call me a big fat liar. Tyler Curves just looked at Karoon's abilities, and I'm sad to say I wasted all my time focusing on the wrong T3 commander. Yeah, it's... I mean, they have a lot of good options. I'm not sure which one you were focusing on, but yeah, Karoon is pretty good. Pretty friggin' good. And beta test players, yeah. Tell you what, let's plan a time and place where we can meet up and have a showdown. Yeah, man, I'm down. Yeah, there we go. We're, look at that, setting up some personal PvP here. We're going to be duking it out with Fingolfin. 22. I wonder what happened to the other 21. I'm going to try and see if I can get it set up for a stream night. We're going to be duking it out with an elf. Then my dear friend, we can get in touch. It's what time? 12. Boop, add his friend. Ah, he's in the Bangkok, Jakarta time zone. So what time would it be for him right now? Is he on like the... So it's 11 a.m. for... Okay, so that'll workish. So we'll figure it out. We'll get this set up, and I mean, it's pretty sad when, you know, the players have to be going out of their way to just be like, so, do you just want to punch each other in the face for a while because there's nothing else to do? Like, we're not PvPing over any structures, over any regions, over anything in, you know, I didn't call his mom fat or anything. Like, we're just both bored. You know, an elf and a Rohan guy meet each other in the woods and, hey, I'm bored. How about you? Yeah, I'm bored. Let's just punch each other in the face for a while. That's what the devs have reduced us to, man. Didn't realize the amount of heals and stuns he has. Yeah, like both are just ridiculous. Rainbow Pit spent all my early game commander currency on Faramir. Now my Haldir hasn't gone past level 4 because of that. Ouch. Yeah. I mean, Haldir doesn't necessarily need Respect 5. Respect 3 is pretty good for Haldir. It gives him a lot of damage that he can output. If you read Karun's stats and skills with a magnifying glass, it says in small letters, you are going to lose. I've never read that. I got to get my magnifying glass out, but you see the fine print. You got to look for those clauses. God, Karun with all fallen sounds so busted and broken. Yeah. And like we've seen it in action that it's just, although, as I said, I don't actually know if the Fallen is even the best unit for him. Because, like, follow me on this logic. The bonus that the Fallen get stacks when they take damage. Up to a maximum of 6 times, I think it is. So with the amount of stuns Karun throws out, are the Fallen even going to max their damage bonus? You know, that's kind of what I started to wonder. And that's where I said earlier that it's like, wow, facing Karun with all Fallen might not actually be as bad as it could be. Well, if you stun them and your Fallen don't take damage, then worst case is you still win the trade. Yeah, all I'm saying is, like, in terms of raw damage numbers, and like maximizing damage, you know, I think Karun might actually be holding the Fallen back a little bit in that composition, is all I'm saying. Which is weird to say, but, you know, I think it might be a possibility. Yeah, like you said, it still feels like a win-win. I mean, it's still a terrible... I'm not using that as a thing to be like, oh no, Fallen is bad on Karun. Because obviously it's not. I mean, he just rolls over people with it. But, like I said, it's almost a case of he's actually holding them back just a little bit maybe. Or has the potential to, which is weird. Yeah, there he's busted even without the best troops. That's how good he is. How good is Karun? He's so good you can just rock people even without using the best of the best troops. Use a subpar troop that he's going to hold back a little bit, and he'll still kill everybody. Awesome. But yeah, he's definitely one that I know I've said that if I could go all next season without recruiting a single evil commander, I'd do it. I don't know though. Like if I were to go in to next season, pop a Matham coin, and get a friggin' Karoon invite, yeah, I don't think I could pass up leveling a Karoon, man. That would just be too good. Going to use T1 Orc Crossbowman with Karoon Respect 5 level 20 and solo DG. Probably. God, with as strong as the guy is. No gear even. And like, it's been so long since I've read the books. Is Karoon even like, is there much of a deal made about Karoon, or is he another like Agzok where he's actually not really talked about all that much? I just find it weird that, I'm sure he wasn't in the movies, so they didn't think he was important enough to shove in there, unless he was in like a bonus scene that I didn't pay that much attention to, or like in the background, or I don't know. But yeah, never heard of Karoon in lore. So if anyone else has, fill us in, because I haven't, and I'm not familiar with the lore of Karoon, if there is any, or like what the source material for him would be. And if he is another one that's not really heavy in the lore, then that's at least two commanders, him and Agzok, both on the evil side, that are really strong commanders that weren't really inspired much by their lore counterpart. Andrew Lincoln, I'm confused what defending actually does. Sorry, what do you mean, Andrew? Just gonna need you to be a little bit more specific on that. Like, you're confused as to what defending a structure does? What defending tiles does? Like, what are you trying to defend? Legend has it Tolkien wrote him in the book and removed him for being too OP. True. I think I read that somewhere. That the original version, Karoon actually like beheaded Sauron and like ruled Middle Earth and stunned everybody with his brilliance. Something like that, right, King Dead? Yeah, I never heard of him. Based on in-game power, he must be a Balrog / Fallen Maya. Something like that. Like, oh, the guard button on a tile. Okay. So I'll show you what it does here. So as you can see, I've got Galadriel sitting on this tile. I own this adjacent tile. As soon as I put her on guard, it puts a little fence around the tile she's on, as well as that adjacent tile. So now, if this guy here decided to send his commander to try and take this tile, Galadriel would actually defend this tile, even though she's not on it specifically. And that works for all adjacent tiles. So if I come up here to Aragorn and cause him to guard, now you can see that his fence extends to all the tiles that he's touching. And so any of these tiles would now be protected by Aragorn. And the way that works is when they attack, they hit the defenders last to first. So I just put Aragorn on guard here. If I were to also put Éowyn, whoops. And, God damn it, stop it. If I was to put Éowyn on guard, then now if somebody hits, they would hit Éowyn first, and then they would hit Aragorn. If they got through both Eowyn and Aragorn, they would still hit Legolas, even though he's not guarding. But that's only if they were attacking this specific tile. Legolas would not defend any adjacent tiles if he's not guarding. But that's what guard does, is it allows you to protect adjacent tiles with a commander. Nothing in the math of the actual fight, right? It doesn't give you a defender's bonus, although that might be an idea. Now that I think about it, might be good for the suggestions page, which I'm still banned from until sometime Sunday, by the way. But somebody could pop into the suggestions page on the Discord and maybe suggest a defender's bonus for guards, because I think that would be a good idea. And not a problem, Andrew. You're quite welcome. I'm sorry that you couldn't get that in on Twitch. I saw that you had followed me on Twitch there, but yeah, the chat, it's a bit more of a hassle over there with the registering and everything. So jumping over to YouTube is the other option. Why did they ban me? Stop the change. They did not like it. No, they didn't. I just wouldn't drop it. I'm pretty sure me giving the middle finger to Aragorn was what got the reactions banned for a while. I laughed when those came back. But yeah, the fact that we were on a 6-hour slow mode with no reactions for a while, I thought that was pretty funny. That's how you're going to deal with this? Wow. And then they call it spam when you send one message every 6 hours. It's like, sure, it says the same thing, but how the hell is that spam? It's one message every 6 hours, guys. I can pretty much do it twice a day. But nope. I think it was, yesterday morning I woke up, sent my stop the change message. It was either yesterday or Wednesday morning. I woke up, sent my stop the change message in the game suggestion page, and immediately had Aragorn message me, be like, yeah, sorry, I gotta mute you now. Okay, I get it. That's cool. It was originally gonna be like a blanket mute across the whole Discord, but I convinced them that, I do genuinely help other people in the other channels by answering questions and stuff. So they let me continue chatting in the other channels as long as I don't spread that stuff there. So I've been honoring that and being a good boy. But yeah, I can't say anything in the suggestions page until sometime Sunday. So yeah, suggestions channel is a war zone right now. I know. It's been hilarious this week. Like, wow. And that's how I've described it, Tyler, is I've actually felt like there's been a small section of the player base at war with the developers over this. People in suggestions are toxic. I put my suggestion in and I got hate mail. I was like, okay. Yeah, some people are just strange. I think they should take the suggestions, maybe not stop the change, but make changes to the change so that it feels better and more balanced. Yeah, and like Rainbow Pit, that's the part that, I've tried to admit and clarify that putting it out there as hashtag stop the change, that was an extreme response to what I felt was an extreme action and an extreme announcement. Equal force type thing. But that was also why I wanted to actually hold streams this week, pretty much discussing this in particular. I really wanted to have a good in-depth discussion with people about these changes to see how people felt. Could we figure out a way to make it, to make the medicine taste a little better type thing if we had to take it? Just all these different things. And I think it's helped, I'm personally looking at it in a different light. I still am not happy about the changes, but I'm not quite as disheartened as I was. I don't think I'm going to just quit the game outright over it. Still depends on how the changes actually play out over the course of the season. But yeah, like my big thing is I still think they should postpone it, because there are too many people not happy with it. Not even a case of like, oh, well, it seems interesting, let's maybe give it a shot. There are so many people that do just hate it and just don't want to see it at all, that I think that merits at least postponing it and talking to the community and saying, okay, now you guys at least know what our ideas are. We know how much you hate our ideas. So how can we talk about a way to adjust the ideas so that they fit what the community is looking for? There's got to be a middle ground. And that's what we haven't found right now, in my opinion. I don't think the solution should be extreme one way or the other. I don't think it should be completely scrapped, but I don't think it should be forced down our throats next season either. The hell's going on here? Oh, because I just abandoned that tile. Okay. Like, why are they just all leaving? What happened? Did they all quit? Oh, yeah, I've heard horror stories from the Overwatch community. God. Yeah, exactly, King Dead. Like, what the hell are the test servers for if they're not going to test stuff like this on them? What were the beta tests for if they weren't going to test stuff like this? Think of it like devs hold the ring and we're just slowly chipping away at their level 50 armies. I feel we're almost to the siege damage of changing their mind. Nice. Maybe. I mean, I think they're still probably at about 30 or 40%, but yeah. I mean, I think we're grinding them down a little bit. Test servers definitely should be utilized, yeah. Your units are striking too? Oh, yeah, they are. Everybody's going on strike. Look at that. They're just like, nope. We're not happy with this anymore. Apparently I wasn't paying them enough. I don't know. The beta was an alpha, and the real release is the beta. Grandmaster Kev knows what's up. King Dead and I have been saying that right from, and I think Anxious Rhino even was one of the other ones that we were all talking about it, saying that, yeah, like, we weren't looking at this as an actual global release. This is just a public beta. Karoon should only be in the test servers too. I feel there's no middle ground because it's only been a month, not even a full season. Exactly. It's way too soon for this kind of change. But yeah, in my opinion, until there are no test servers, until all the factions that they plan on putting in the game are, at least for the time being, like, sure, expansions and additions are one thing, but launching the game and thinking you're going to launch the game with 8 factions, then at the last minute adding another 2, that, you can't tell me that was actually planned. That was a last minute thing. And so they should have extended the beta test. But they didn't want to extend the beta test because they wanted to start making their money. And so they just threw it out there with the launch title, fully knowing that it was basically just a public beta. Hey, Michael L. Indeed, yes. I forgot actually as well that, like, I stream 6 days a week. Like, come on. I'm putting in work. They also need to stop adding 6 new servers every day. They seriously add 6 new servers every day at 11 UTC? That's why we've got over 300 servers. Yeah, King Dead, I agree with you there too. You know, test servers, if they're actually going to utilize them for changes like this, then yeah, test servers would be fine, but they actually need to make use of them. So, Michael L. threw a PDF in the Discord of how the stats work in the game. If you're interested, I'm always interested in data, so thank you very much for that. I'm doing pretty well tonight, Michael L. How about yourself? As you can see, we were going to war with, I mean, not really going to war. None of these guys had commanders to fight. I was just clearing out some forts. I did beat up on Fingolfin here earlier, and we've decided that come Monday, we're going to have ourselves a little 1v1. So we're going to take a few days, rebuild some armies, and then we're going to set it up somewhere. And yeah, Fingolfin and I are going to duke it out. Should be good. Just trying to make it look like a popular game. Exactly. Yeah, like it's, you know, and the fact that they're rocking with the absolute false ads, I hate that so much. I don't understand how that, like, I don't understand what marketing company you hire that says, oh, you've got this product that you want to sell? Well, why don't we advertise a totally different product? That'll sell it. But it works. That's the other thing. Like, it doesn't, I think they've just realized it doesn't seem to matter what the background image is. If it says Lord of the Rings, people are going to click it. So they're taking advantage of that for sure. Doing great, thanks. Heading out to dinner with the family later. Should be fun. Another random aside, but have you seen the new Alan Lee illustrated book set of LOTR and the Hobbit? Insanely awesome. Waiting for the price to come back down again. I haven't seen that. Alan Lee illustrated book set. I'm writing that down. Thank you very much. Illustrated book set. Alrighty. Can I narrate the fight? Sure. We'll even have you like on stream. You can be the commentator, or we'll be like the commentary team there, or we'll get somebody else on. You guys can be the commentary team. We need a straight man and a color commentator. So I think that's the terms, isn't it? For like, you know, I used to watch the WWE or the WWF, or the wrestling. And, you know, you had JR, he was the straight man. And then you had the King, Jerry Lawler. He was the color commentator, the crazy guy, the wacky one. You got to have, like, the balance there, like the Abbott and Costello, eh? I think that's how it works. I don't know, maybe you got multiple personalities, King. Maybe you can just do both. I'm sure you're talented. Michael L. also found out your sister might be coming home for the first time in 2 years because of COVID. Oh. See, I don't like that paragraph. Because, like, it starts off all like, yeah, your sister's coming home for the first time in 2 years. And then there's that because of COVID thing. Well, that's, I mean, I imagine that's kind of a bittersweet thing then? Oh, okay, you worded it properly. You worded it poorly, sorry. Okay. Okay, then. So I was going to say, maybe it's just a bittersweet thing where it's like, well, it's good that your sister's coming home for the first time in 2 years, but it's terrible that she's coming home because of COVID. But no, it's not because of COVID. It's like by chance. Yeah, okay, good. You had me worried there, Michael. I'm happy to hear that I'm happy to hear that your sister's going to be home for the first time in 2 years. That's probably going to be a great thing. A great little reunion for you. So, thank you for the laugh. I'm glad that we were able to come full circle on that. Because, yeah, that was going downhill quick. I cringe every time I saw LOTR ad on YouTube. Yeah, same here, Tyler. Oh, have you guys seen the slap fight one? That's got to be my favorite. I can't remember who the good commander is, but it's Lurtz versus somebody else, and they're slapping each other. It's like, really? That's what you're going to use to advertise this? Oh. I have premium, so I never see ads. I don't know what this ad is. You don't want to see it. Yeah. Well, Grandmaster Kev, like I said, there's the one that's a slap fight ad where literally there's Lurtz and a good commander. There's a bar table in front. They're in the tavern at a bar table and slap across the face. And that's apparently what this game is. Nothing about the ad is even remotely the same as the game. Drop the Amazon link on the channel, currently $240. It fluctuates as low as $100. Just got to snap it up at the right time. Oh. They have King Dane, that's right, and Lurtz in a slap fight. I can do both. I can do King and the second guy be dead. Yeah, there you go. I'm only just having my coffee now, says Michael L. Okay, there we go. I forgive you then, man. I know what it's like. If you don't have that morning coffee, we're okay. We're just taking everything tonight then. Wow. You know, if you don't get that morning coffee into you, nothing makes sense. So don't feel bad there, yeah. At AJ, imagine that 5K of yours went into those top tier ads you see. Imagine that. Oh, God. Oh, my God. Oh. Tyler, why? Why, Tyler? What did I do to deserve that, Tyler? It took me, as you can see, it took me a minute. But, oh, God, I got there. No. Oh, God, I hope not. No. Just no. Anywhere else. Anywhere else. I would be more than happy if it had gone anywhere but the advertising. That would break my goddamn heart. If I somehow helped fund those goddamn ads, like, it's almost making me sick. Oh, Tyler, man. Wow, what did I do to you? I thought we were friends, Tyler. That was so mean. So mean. Michael L. is back over on YouTube. Ryan Melville, I just Googled that book set and can see it cheap at an Australian retailer. 127 AUD for me. I would have clicked Slap Fight and LOTR. I'm in. I mean, as a separate game, yeah. But that's the other part I hate about that false advertising. Because if I didn't know about this game and I just saw a random ad for an LOTR themed slap fight game, you're damn right I'd check that out. That'd be something interesting. But then if I thought that that's what I was going into, and all of a sudden I got this, it's like, what are you doing? And so you're alienating two sets of customers, potentially, by running those false ads. People that want to play the real game and are seeing false ads, and people that want to play the false game, from the ad and get the real one. So again, it just doesn't make sense on multiple levels, and I might have funded those. God damn it. I'm going to be mad about that for like 2 weeks, Tyler. It's going to be one of those little things that I'm going to like forget about it, and I'll just be going about my day doing I'll be like washing dishes at work, and I'm just going to come out with like a random, God damn it, because I'll have remembered it again. Oh, so bitter. Like, the worst. The absolute worst. King Dead, you're not innocent in this, man. Michael L., you are everywhere. Alright, well, I don't see you here, but I don't know. You might have powers. They're adding new stuff to Season 2. Maybe slap fights coming. Yes. Only way to recruit evil comms is to slap the shit out of them. The slap fight will be used to lower other opponents' commanders' respect levels. Yes, okay, I'm liking it now. And that's how you increase the morale of your own commanders, of the embassy commanders that you've got. You throw them into the slap fight arena, and if they win, they increase their morale. And, there we go. See, it's all making sense now. It's all the Paul Harvey and the rest of the story. I will make sure to remind you, all our money is going into those Dollar General ads. What you don't know is that they exclusively used that money. Only yours, no one else's. Probably. With my luck, hey, I would not be surprised. It seems like you could probably run all those ads on a $5,000 advertising budget. I don't know. It's all coming together now. NetEase is just on a higher level than us. They clearly know exactly. See? They know exactly what they're doing. And I don't think there's any way I could have said that with even close to a straight face, but who knows? Maybe they do know exactly what they're doing and they just don't care. But seriously, ads are meant for younger kids. Yeah. I still question the validity of it, though, Grandmaster, just in the sense, like I said, it's false advertising. It's not in the legal sense, which is a whole nother story. But just in the sense that if you were a kid and you saw an ad for that cool Lord of the Rings slap fighting game and thought, and especially more so if you were a kid, imagine a kid trying to play this game without help, trying to learn all of the intricacies of this game without help. And, you see an ad for this slap fighting game that you think might just be a casual time waster with a Lord of the Rings skin. Yeah, sure, I'll check it out. And you come in and it's a tile management seasonal war game that you got to pretty much dedicate, every hour into if you want to be on top of everything. They're two completely different things. And that's what I've never understood about any of the companies that run these blatantly false ads. It's just like, I don't know, the people that click the ad to play that game probably won't stick around for the actual game you've got. It doesn't tell me you've got a lot of confidence in your game if you can't advertise genuine gameplay. I could put out a commercial for this friggin' game using my own gameplay. That would probably, you know, generate the same kind of traffic, if not more, because it's accurate. I wouldn't generate it for kids. You know, I'm not probably the best to do that. I used to have a pretty good filter, I think. I think I'm starting to lose it as I get more comfortable with everybody, but try $5.99 on a bad day. I could make every one of those ads in a few hours. Yeah. Haven't you seen the ones with the big boots bitches? Bet those kids click those quickly. Yeah, no, Grandmaster Kev, those ones, I totally get why they do those ones. I'm not surprised we haven't seen Eowyn and Galadriel and Arwen commercials with like, oh my god, check out these hot commanders, they're in nothing, and like, they're blurred out because the animation is just so, it's like, are you fucking kidding? You're getting off to a goddamn mobile game? Pornhub's a thing, guy. I don't know. Those commercials are a whole nother one with those guys drooling over the waifu games. It's just like, wow. But again, those are marketed to kids, and yeah, kids are going to click on those things all day. Understand that they will get a download on the App Store. Yep. More downloads, the better. It works for their analytics and all that stuff. So yeah, like I said, I do get it from a certain standpoint. It's just because I have taken other like marketing and advertising based kind of classes and things, and so the part that I wouldn't have assumed is that the gains from the false ads would actually outweigh the losses. I figured you would get so many more losses of like hardcore fans and people that were interested in the true game and driven away by the false ads. I thought that would outweigh any benefits gained, but it just doesn't seem to be the case because so many developers are following suit and doing the same thing that obviously it's successful. I may sit here and say it doesn't make sense to me, but I'm not saying it isn't successful. It's working for them. They're all starting to do it now. I mean, just wait. We're going to start seeing PS5 games that look absolutely nothing like the commercial, because why do you need to advertise anything in reality anymore? But again, yeah, if it's working for them, it's working for them. They get paid the big bucks to do that stuff, so. I mean, I can make an ad, OG Kiroon kicking our asses for $1.99. Exactly, and that would, if a video of Kiroon kicking some ass doesn't draw people in, doesn't get asses in the seats, as they say, nothing will. Or Gothmog. Gothmog is a baddie. Oh, yeah. I know you've seen his crisp walk and that smile only a mother could love. Yes, his gait is something to be admired, isn't it? I'm sure it's legal, but not moral. That is the kicker there, Kev. Exactly. I'm sure it's perfectly legal. Otherwise, they'd, probably... Oh, his crip walk. Crip walk. That makes much more sense. He's got quite the crip walk. Yeah, it's like on point. No, I don't know. Maybe it was done for my safety, but my brain threw an S in there. Like I know all about it, but yeah, maybe it was done for my safety, and my brain just threw the S in there to make sure. It's not like Age of Empires or Civ are such popular franchises that those weird type of ads have to be made. Yeah, it's... And that's the thing. It's... Some of these games, you wouldn't think they need false ads. I mean, Age of Empires and Civ, they're games that have loyal fan bases. Oh my god, Gothmog is a pimp. I'm sorry, that just totally interrupted me, but yeah. Like, this is the same thing as when, like, Hank Hill realized he was a pimp in King of the Hill. Gothmog's a pimp. He's got the walk. He's got the cane. He's obviously been pimp slap a few times himself. Where's his bottle of baby powder? That's got to be hiding somewhere. That's what the white hand is. It's not Sauron giving it to him. That's Gothmog's pimp slap. Jesus, Tyler. Look at that. Putting it all together. All the puzzle pieces, man. Zwazi, Rise to War dying. New update changes seem to have a lot of mixed feelings. Yeah, Zwazi, I don't know about dying, like, but it's, I personally, I'd say it's on life support, or at least taking a trip to the ICU. I'm worried for the game. Like, I'm going to be playing next season. I'm going to see what it has to offer. Because as I've been saying tonight, regardless of whether the changes end up being good or bad for the game, they're going to be interesting nonetheless. So I wouldn't suggest anyone just quit the game outright, even if they don't think they're going to like the changes come Season 2. I would say to have a little bit of patience, try it out a little bit first, see what's going on. As I've said, I still plan on starting up my Mordor warband. So anyone that wants to join me on whatever server I start that on, I still haven't figured it out. It's going to depend on the mergers and all that. But anyone that wants to join me, and then we can all, you know, misery loves company. So we can all suffer through it together if it does end up being crap. But if it ends up being reasonable, then we can all just play through it and have a fun time together and kick the crap out of everybody as Mordor. And yes, Gothmog's pimp slap. He might be my favorite tier 2 or my favorite evil commander now. Just because of the story. Like, because he would, man. You get, I'm picturing him with one of those, like, big pimp hats. And it would fit, man. He could rock it. A nice, like, fur coat. He could skin a warg and wear it. Yeah, Netties better have their life alert in hand and ready for S2. They better do so. Yeah. It's going to be... Like, I'm almost getting excited for it now just because it's like, what the hell? Go ahead. Do it. Just go ahead and do it, guys. And let's see just how crazy this actually gets. Because it's going to be nuts. I've already invested my wallet into the game, so I won't be quitting anytime soon. Yeah, I mean, part of me's there with you, Zwazi. Sunk cost fallacy, man. I apparently dumped my wallet into all those false ads we see, so... I'm a Mordor main. I'll join you in your conquest if we're in the same server. Well, like I said, once we get closer to the season wrap-up and find out what's going on with the mergers and all that, I'll know more about where I'm going to go Mordor, because I do want to go Mordor with this account so that if these changes are in place and I'm somehow able to use all these guys, then yeah, I want to be able to use Theoden and Arwen and Aragorn and Galadriel and just all my buddies. I think it'll be pretty funny. Like this, because this is mounted units and not like horses or not, you know, it's going to apply to wargs. So you can run them with wargs, you can run them with dragoons, you can run them with chariots, you can run them with fallen. It's just, it's just going to be ridiculous. Going to be so ridiculous. Bro, knowing my luck, my fellowships would match you. I was dropping about 100, 150 each week until this stopped the change. Yeah, I had been spending myself, Tyler. Not quite as heavy as I had been in the betas, but I had been purchasing, a few packs, and I think Galadriel, I purchased that pack that, got her to Respect 3 once I unlocked her. I had bought some gems. But yeah, once this came about, it was like, screw that. Putting that on hold for now. I'm hoping that Shelob the Spider Boss will come out in Season 2 for the Heart of the Hero event. That would be pretty cool. Give another boss to fight. It's either going to be good or really, really, really bad. Yeah, I do think you're right, King. I don't know how much of a middle ground there's going to be with it. I'm flexing my Mithril Coat and Dominator title at least a little bit. S2 regardless. Yeah, I mean, got to have those little bit of bragging rights, considering it's the first, and that's the other reason that I am going to check out Season 2 at least a little bit. This is the first time we will ever have a season rollover. We didn't experience the season rollovers in the beta, so this is going to be the first Season 2 anyone's ever seen. So I got to be there for at least a little bit of it. Oh, you meant to say Ungoliant the Spider. Well, I mean, Shelob would work too. But yeah, any more bosses would be cool. Took me until now to realize this is live and not a VOD. Well, there you go. Better late than never, Shadow Catalyst. You came to the right. You blah 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 blah. You came to the. I can't speak now. My tongue quit before I did. All right, I'm gonna take a little pause here. Formulate the words. You came to that realization just at the wrap-up stage. Hey, I got through it. I'm gonna be starting the wrap-up here because we are getting down to that time, winding down. Who knows? They talked about themes, so maybe this ugly thing is... Yeah, I was actually speaking with somebody about that earlier, is that, maybe this is just a Season 2 thing, and that Season 3, we're going to have some whole new theme that we can all get angry about. And, at that point, though, if I see that... personally, if I see that this is just... the gimmick is that themed seasons is the gimmick, and that each season is going to be some wacky, weird... theme, at that point I'll be able to accept it, because it's like, okay, we don't ever have to deal with these things as permanent changes. They are season to season gonna change, but they haven't given us that clarity right now, so I freaked out about this one. But yeah, I'm sure they'll clear all that up as time goes on. If it's just a theme season, I will tough it out for sure. Yeah, exactly. I'm the same way. If it's just for Season 2, then I'll gut it out, and we'll see what happens Season 3. But if they make this change and they say that it's going to be permanent, I don't know. It's going to depend on how the season starts playing out. But as I said, we are at that stage where I'm going to do the wrap-up now. So thank you all. So long as I keep my commanders, I'm happy. They should buff/nerf commanders more often, in my opinion. Makes more of them relevant. Yeah, keeping commanders, that is the big thing. We're gonna get to keep them, so no issues there. And yeah, I do kind of agree with you that I think they need to address, and not only commanders, but I think units too. I don't think they are active enough with buffs and nerfs. Through the betas, I can only ever remember 3 or maybe 4 major buffs or nerfs that we ever took note of. So we're getting new commanders though. They say that, but I'm holding my breath on that. Or no, I wouldn't hold my breath on that until I see it type thing. I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised to see new commanders. We have seen one new commander already, Radagast. He wasn't originally in the game when I started playing. But they did add Radagast in the second beta, so it's easy. Totally agree. When's the next stream? Love to come back and share thoughts and ask questions. I stream Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, Shadow Catalyst, 10 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time is what we're on right now. So like it's 1 a.m. for me right now, and like I said, it's 10 p.m. my time when I start streaming. That doesn't translate, to 10 p.m. for everybody. So if it works for you, awesome. If not, unfortunately, although we have some people that are crazy and get up at like 5 in the morning, or I'm streaming with them when they're getting ready for work. So I don't know. If people make it work, they make it work. But that's the schedule that I've been running on right now with working during the day. I can't do the early streams anymore. So we do the late night streams. And thank you very much for joining me tonight, everybody. It has been another fun one, full of great discussion and chat, and some laughs, almost some tears. But that was just a little misunderstanding. So, as always, thank you to King Dead, Lady C, Eric Ramos. I'm trying to say like two different names here at the same time. Cody Reagan and William Connor, my patrons, the unknown user, subbing to me, as well as, William Connor is Cass, so he's Bottle of Paces here as well. I'll thank him again for the sub on Twitch, though. I don't know, I'm getting to the point here. Either I'm going to have like an actual sheet of paper to read off, or I'm just going to have to generalize the thank yous. Because as you saw there was a bit of a struggle, like just trying to sort the names out there, the order in which to say them. I don't have a script or anything, so it's just starting to get jumbled. But anyway, we've got the thank yous out of the way, the goodbyes out of the way. All that's left is to say good luck on the battlefield. And I guess I got to start doing please be sure to, if it's helpful, like, subscribe, share. I don't know if there's all the buttons to hit and the things and stuff and such. I'm bad at that part of it, but yeah, if there's buttons to hit, go ahead and hit all the buttons except that one. That's the bad one. Don't hit that one. And until next time, good luck on whatever battlefield you find yourself on. Everybody have yourself a good night. Transition.